Hello student. In today's session we will discuss the next part of our unit 2, that is superplastic forming. Okay, so all of you know what is mean by plasticity. What is mean by plasticity? Plasticity is the process in which we apply some force on a material, and after that we remove the force from the material. It does not return to original shape. It's called the plasticity. And there are some materials which show the superplasticity. What is mean by superplasticity? If we take the example of the rubber, and initial size of the rubber having some its size and shape, and when we apply some force on a rubber, then its size and shape is increased by multiple times. Means suppose the rubber having some length initially, and when we apply the force on it, its length is increased by 2 to 3 times or 4 to 5 times. Okay, so this property is called as the superplasticity. Similarly, there are some alloys which show the superplasticity, alloys or a material which show the superplasticity, and the property of that material or the superplasticity property of the material are used in a forming processes, then it is called as a superplasticity. Okay, so see here, superplastic forming is a metal forming process. Superplastic forming is the metal forming process for forming a sheet metals. Means this process is generally used for sheet metals. It is not used for the others. Means if we use a billet or if we use a rod or a tube, this process is used for a sheet metal working. It works upon a theory of superplasticity. The main aim or the theory behind the superplastic forming is that it works on a superplasticity, which means that capacity that some material have to undergo a large uniform elongation prior to necking and fracture tension. Means without going to fracture or without going to forming a necking, some material undergoes a large uniform elongation. Just like a rubber, there are some materials or some alloys of the metals that show the superplasticity. Only for that material this superplastic forming is used. Superplastic forming, it is also called SPF, of the sheet metal has been used to produce a very complex shape and integrated structure. This process is used for a very complex shape. Means the material which are formed by the very complex shape and integrated structure that are often lighter and stronger than the assembly, they have to be replaced. Means there are some parts that we need to replace and they are lighter in weight and very stronger. Such types of the parts can be formed by the superplasticity. Titanium alloy and the alloy of the zinc and aluminium, when heated, they can elongate so many times to their original length. Means if the titanium alloy or if we take the alloy of zinc and aluminium, and if you can elongate it many times, when these alloys get heated, it elongates many times to its original length. Means they show the superplasticity. So that these are the some materials, they show the superplasticity. See here some other material which show the superplasticity. These are the some example of the material which show the superplasticity property. Which are they? First one is the titanium alloy, then aluminium alloy, bismuth and tin alloy, zinc aluminium alloy, stainless steel, aluminium and lithium alloy. Okay, so these are the some example of the material which shows a superplasticity, but in this case they need to apply some heat. Okay, now what is the process of this? The process is typically conducted at a high temperature and control strain rate. What is mean by strain? Strain means change in length to the original length. So In this process, the material is or the process is conducted at a high temperature. The temperature for this process is generally high as compared to the temperature for this process is kept as a high but below the melting point and under control strain rate. All we know that what is mean by strain. Strain is the change in length to the original length, and strain rate means the rate of change of strain. It's called as a strain rate. So this process is conducted at a under control strain rate, can give tenfold increase in elongation compared to the conventional room temperature process. Means tenfold means it increase the length up to the 10 times. The length of the material will increase up to the 10 times than that of the conventional processes. Means if the length of the compound is increased in a conventional forming process is 10%, then in superplasticity or superplastic forming process the length is increased is up to the 10 times than that of the conventional processes. The components are formed by applying the gas pressure between one or more of the sheets. In this process, the gas pressure is applied. As in explosive forming, we see that the medium to transfer the shock waves is a water, but in superplastic forming process the medium is used as a gas to apply the pressure between one or two more sheets and the die surfaces, causing the sheets to stretch and fill the die cavity. Due to this pressure, due to the pressure of the gas, the material will get stretched and it fill the die cavity. The specific alloy of the titanium, stainless steel and the aluminium are commercially available with the fine grain microstructure and strain rate sensitivity of the flow stress that they necessary for superplastic deformation. Means to form the material superplastically, what things are needed? The things are needed that the material have a fine grain structure. The grain structure of the material should be a fine. Then strain rate sensitivity, material has a strain rate sensitivity, and the flow stress, material should be have a flowing stress. So these things are necessary, and the material which shows that properties are the titanium alloy, stainless steel and aluminium alloy, and these alloy are generally or commercially used for the superplastic forming processes. Okay, now next, superplastic forming can be produce a part that are impossible to form using a conventional technique. Means the parts which are not easily or not formed by the conventional forming process, these types of the parts are formed by the superplastic forming process. During this superplastic forming process, the material is heated to the superplastic forming temperature. The temperature at which material is heated is called as the superplastic forming temperature. Just like we know that the melting point, at the melting point material get melt. So similarly, the material is heated to up to the superplastic forming temperature. Okay. Within the shielded die, means the die is shielded. The inert gas pressure is then applied. Generally, to apply as we discussed in a procedure that the gas pressure is used or pressurized gas is used to stretch the material. Generally, the gas is used is an inert gas. Why inert gas? Because if we use a gas other than the inert gas, then it will react with the material and the property of the material get changed. So to avoid this, generally inert gas is used. at the control rate, forcing the material to take the shape of the die pattern. The inert gas is used, and the pressure of the inert gas should be in control manner. The pressure that we applying by the inert gas, it should be a controlled manner, and due to this pressure the material will stretch and it will fill the die cavity and take the required shape of the die. Okay. Superplastic alloy can be stretched at a higher temperature by the several times of their initial length without breaking. This is the property of the superplastic forming material of superplastic forming alloy. They are stretched at higher temperature, means to stretch this alloy we require a higher temperature, and this material will stretch several times. Several times means it gets stretched or it get elongated up to the 10 times of its original length. So these are the some property, or this is the procedure of the superplastic forming. Okay, see here, this blue color is our sheet metal, and this below part is our die. This below part is our die. So sheet metal first of all placed on the top of the die, and then it is heated. This metal is get heated, and then gas pressure is applied. See here, the image, second image or B image show the gas pressure, and due to this gas material gets stretched. As the pressure is increases, it will take the shape of the die. Here in image C, the material is stretched, and in image 4 the material have taken the shape of the die. Okay, so the image A, image B, image C and image D will show the superplastic forming process. Okay, now if we consider this image B, in this image B also, or image B also shows the process of superplastic forming. This process also is similar to that of the image A. Here the inert gas or pressurized gas is applied, and what is the role of inert gas? Inert gas will expand or stretch the material or elongate the material from its original size. And if we see the image, in image B there is a 5 minutes, in image 1 hour and 3 hours, means this process requires large, or it requires a more time as compared to the other process, but the material gets stretched to its beyond the limit. Okay, so this is the overall procedure, or this image shows the process of the superforming or superplastic forming process. Now example or application where superplastic forming is used, that is construction of the fuel tank. To construct the fuel tank, the superplastic forming process is used. The mudguard of the motor cars, the mudguard that used in a motor car, bicycle or cycle, or in 4-wheelers also, these are also formed by the superplastic forming process. Then what are the advantages of this process? There are some advantages mentioned here, that is the finished product has an excellent precision and the fine surface finish. Means the component that formed by this process has an excellent precision, means it accurately, as we take, suppose we require the component having some dimensions, and if we form, or if we made the die of same size, then the component that are formed by this process also get the same size and we get the excellent precision. Then fine surface finish, the surface finish that obtained by this process is, means there is no another surface finishing operation process required for that purpose. Product can be made larger to eliminate assembly or reduce the weight, which is critical in an aerospace application. Means the compounds that are used in aerospace purpose are formed by this process. Lower strength required and the less tooling cost. As the material is heated to its super plastic forming temperature, so the strength required or to apply the pressure that we needed is less in this process, and the cost of the tooling is also less. So there are some limitations of this process. The biggest disadvantages is that slow forming rate. Slow forming rate, as we discuss in this image, it requires a large time. So the time required for this process is very large. So it is one of the most disadvantages of this process. Material must not be a super plastic at a lower temperature. Means the temperature that required for this process is high, because the material is stretched multiple times to its initial value, and to stretch or to obtain such stretch in a material, we need to we require a higher temperature. So higher temperature, to obtain the higher temperature, this is another or limitations of this process. It is usually used on a lower volume product. Means the volume of that product is less, only for that purpose we can use this process. So this is the overall procedure of the super plastic forming process. Now hydroforming process. Before going to this explaining this process, first of all see this animation which will show the super hydroforming process. See here, this green color shape is our die, and we require the final product like this die. So this red color or brown color is our sheet metal. We will place this sheet metal here, and here is fluid is used. The hydro word is used because there are two types of the process, that is hydraulic and pneumatic. Generally liquid is used here, so it is called as a hydroforming process. So when we apply the pressure on this fluid will apply the pressure on this sheet metal, and due to this high pressure the sheet metal gets into our required shape. So this is the overall procedure of hydroforming process. See this animation carefully. Okay, so this is the overall procedure of hydroforming. Okay, so see here, the hydroforming is a specialized type of the die forming that is used at a high pressure hydraulic fluid at a room temperature, working material into the die. Okay, means in this process the high pressure fluid is used, and this process is conducted at a room temperature, and the material is placed on a die that we required shape. The hydroform aluminium into a vehicle's frame rail. Hollow tube of the aluminium is placed inside the negative mold that has the shape of the desired result. Means what is mean by negative mold? That if we see this, in this part the material get filled, so material is pushed into this gap, so that's why it is called as a negative mold. Okay, high pressure hydraulic pump then inject the fluid at a very high pressure inside the aluminum tube. Means to create the high pressure, hydraulic pump is used, and hydraulic fluid will apply the pressure on the metal sheet, which cause to expand until it matches to the mold. Means the sheet metal will expand up to what value or up to what limit this material will expand? It will expand up to the, it reaches or it matches to the mold. The hydroform aluminum is then removed from the mold. After it formed, it will remove from the mold. Hydroforming allows the complex shape. Hydroforming process allows the complex shape with the concavity to be formed, which would be a difficult or impossible to with the standard solid die stamping. Means the product which are formed by the hydroforming process are the complex shape, and they are not easily formed by our regular stamping process. So you can say that why we not apply the superplastic forming process here. The superplastic forming process is applied only for some specific materials. The material which shows the superplastic forming ability, only for that material we can use this superplastic forming process. But the material which will not show the superplastic forming ability, for that purpose this hydroforming process is used, and the parts which are difficult to manufacture or these are complex in shape can be manufactured by hydroforming process. Okay. The hydroform part can be often be made with the higher stiffness to weight ratio and at a lower per unit cost. Means the cost that we required or cost of the material or cost of the process is less in a hydroforming process if we compare it with the other traditional or conventional forming processes. Virtually all the metal capable of the cold forming can be hydroformed. Means the material which are cold formed or the material which can be means cold forming means the material will be deformed at a room temperature. It's called as a cold forming. Okay, so the material which are cold formed can be easily hydroformed. They are given some example of the material that can be formed, that is aluminium, brass, carbon, stainless steel, copper and the high strength alloy. These are the example of the hydroforming. See this animation here. This animation shows the exact hydroforming process. Now next one is the stretch forming. So here is the introduction of the stretch forming. Okay, the stretch forming is the forming of the sheet blank with a rigid punch. Means in a sheet forming process, the blank is rigid or punch is used, blank is used, where a blank is rigidly clamped at the edge. First of all, we will see the procedure. See here. Here this black color is our sheet metal. Okay. This pink color part is the form block and this is the gripping jaw. Okay. And this is the tool table. This black color part shows a sheet blank. This pink color is a form block. This is a gripping jaw and this is the tool table. Okay. Now in this gripping jaw, this end of the sheet blank is fixed or these are fitted. The end of the sheet is fitted in this gripping jaw, this form block and tool table, and as the name suggested that in this process it is called as stretch forming. Means stretch means we apply the tensile force on the material. Okay, so this tool table will move upward direction. This tool table will move upward direction, and due to this force, this metal sheet gets stretched. This metal sheet gets stretched, and due to this stretching force, the sheet metal will acquire the shape of this form block. The sheet metal will acquire the shape of this form block, and in this way the stretch forming process will work. That the end of the sheet is fixed in a gripping jaw, and the sheet metal will be fitted on a tool table or a form block, and after that this tool table will move upward direction, and due to the movement of the tool table in upward direction, this sheet metal gets stretched. This sheet metal will get stretched, and due to this stretching, this sheet metal will acquire the shape of form block, and this process is called as a stretch forming. Okay, so here the blank can be a clamp between a rigid tool, means the end of the sheet metal will be a clamp in a rigid tool. Rigid tool means the gripping jaw, the corresponding to the upper and lower drawing frame of the conventional tool to be a clamp in a gripping jaw. Means sheet metal will be a clamp in between a gripping jaw and form block, and the sheet metal is placed on a form block. Now, field of application where this stretch forming is used, mainly for a production of relatively flat part of the large dimension. The parts which are relatively flat, means there are some parts which are relatively flat but they have some forming operation on there, and the size of the parts is very large. Single piece prototype of the small series, means this process generally used for parts which having a large in size and which are relatively flat. For this purpose or for these products only this process is applied. There are different types of the stretch forming process. The principle of the stretch forming process is same for all the process, but as per there are small changes. According to there are 4 parts of the stretch forming process. The first one is a simple stretch forming, tangential stretch forming according to the cycle bath, and multi-side stretch forming. The principle of all these process is same. Okay, so simple stretch forming, in our syllabus there is only simple stretch forming process. For the simple stretch forming process, the sheet sample which has to be a form is clamped between a 2 gripping jaw located on opposite end. As we discussed that this is the gripping jaw 1, this is the gripping jaw 2, these are placed in opposite side and the sheet metal is clamped between these 2 jaws. The forming tool or block is fixed on a tool table. See, this pink color is a forming block and which is fixed on this tool table, which can be moved hydraulically in a vertical direction. This tool table will be moved upward direction by hydraulically. The force necessary for the forming are transferred through the form block to the sheet. Means the force that we required for a forming. As we know that for forming operations force is required, and this force is transferred from this tool table to the forming block to the sheet. Okay. So as before we discuss, this is the simple diagram for a stretch forming. This sheet material flow under a tensile stress. Tensile stresses only out of the sheet thickness so that the surface of the sheet is expanded. The sheet metal will undergo the tensile stresses, and due to these tensile stresses the sheet metal will expand and it will acquire the shape of the form block. Example of the simple stretch forming. What are some example of the simple stretch forming is that the wings of the airplane industry can be made by the simple stretch forming starting from the trapezoidal block. Means as we discussed, this stretch forming process is applicable only for the the products which are large in size and they are relatively flat. This wings of the aeroplane are also flat and they are also in a large in size. That's why this stretch forming process is applicable to the for this process. Okay, see here, this is the example of the simple stretch forming. This is our blank. The thickness of the blank suppose 8.813 mm, and this is the size of the blank. Means this is the trapezoidal part. To form a wings, generally trapezoidal parts is used. One side length is 965, other side length is 886, and the overall length is 1340 mm. This is the blank size of the, or this is the size of the sheet. Then it is placed in a form block. Then after that the force is applied, and according to this our ready shaped part is formed. Okay, so this is just one example which show how the stretch forming process will work. Okay, so this is the overall discussion of our unit of the stretch forming. Okay, so what we will discuss in today's session? In today's session we discuss three special forming processes. The first one is the superplastic forming, the second one is the hydroforming process, and third one is the stretch forming process. So it is enough for today's session. The next part of the unit 2 will be in the next lecture. Thank you.